Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Let's dig into BTC and see what's happening. We had some dips last night, and then we had a little bit of rally, so that was nice. All right, let's just dive in. Before we look at the chart, let's take a look at the market. Do full screen on this guy here. Crypto market is looking BTC's green, up a bit, 3.26 over the 24-hour period. This chart, this heat map here is from what is that? CoinMarketCap, and we have a few others in the green, a bunch of reds, but hey, it's a move in the right direction. FTM's green, Crow's green, FTT's green, Maker, some other stuff, but Bitcoin's green. That's helpful. All right, let's go to equities market and see what's going on. Hey, what's up with that ad there, buddy? I guess they gotta make money somehow, huh? Okay, all right. We'll stare at that ad. All right, equities market, red, blood red. We got some spots of greens here in the home improvement area, specialty retail, and a few other little spots. But overall, red. Tech sectors, red. Horrible. Look, horrible day, but strange, huh? We've been seeing some correlation between the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq, and correlating with the crypto market, Bitcoin in particular. But that's not happening today. We'll find out why. All right, let's go. Let's dive into the. Maybe I just do the tab thing. How's that? Where is this here? Coin alive. That's not what I want. This is what I want. All right. This is trading view. Viewing the. Hey, go back here. Yeah. So this is trading view on the 30-minute time frame, so we can look at the market because the market's only open for 6 hours. The yellow line represents the half hour before the market opened on all these charts. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq, QQQ in particular here. It's an index fund. Well, we see that at opening, drop down and then reverted back up. Same thing with the S&P 500, dropped down, went back up. The Dow dropped down, went back up. So the stock market pretty much follow each other here on all these indexes and on the Nasdaq. But what's interesting is Bitcoin. Bitcoin went this was here. So if we look at, let's move this one forward a little bit, because the Bitcoin trades trades at 24/7, but the market, the equities market, does not. So let's align this so we have it. Oh, there it is, right around there. So around 6:30, I believe, 6:30. Right there. Then we'll be all in alignment. It's important to get all these things aligned because they can have different opening and closing. That's not quite right. I should have done this before. Sorry, wasting your time, everyone. All right, so we're aligned now. Let's go here. Make sure my ugly face is not blocking everybody. Move this back a little bit. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry in the past. My ugly face has been blocking that corner. I'll fix that soon. But my setup is needs some tweaking here. Oh no, it's back. It's not what we want. Okay. Dude, this is taking a long time here. Trying to get my ugly face out of the way. I'll do this beforehand in the future, all right? Yeah, I'm planning to move my face to the other corner, but I need to reset up all that stuff. Okay, stay still, everybody. Stay still. We can do this. All right, we did it. Yay. All right, so stock market dropped down, then went back up. Should be closing pretty soon. Bitcoin right here, when the stock market opened and it was going down, Bitcoin went up, like shot up. Went to above 36,000 to 36.4 something, 36.5, roughly around there. What's interesting is, the dollar index went the opposite direction, so that negative correlation still works there. So went down as Bitcoin went up. And then, but the Dixie also should have a negative correlation with the stock market. So that's interesting. I'll dig into that a little bit. For the 10-year bonds yield, it went down with the stock market, but it continued to go down as the stock market went up. So that's interesting too. So that's how Bitcoin compared to the stock market. Let's go into look at, let's see, where are we here? Let's go into the Bitcoin chart here. Actually, before we do that, let's pop into Twitter here. About 24 hours ago, I made, I don't remember how many predictions, like 4 to 6, something like that. But oddly enough, they were all right, predicting the moves of Bitcoin, and whether it was moving up or down. This one was right here. Was this one was correct on both of them, and then more to like others that followed were correct also. You can check on my Twitter. That was kind of cool. But like use a couple of data points, and especially liquidation maps to predict where money's gonna be made, and looked at a few other things, and it turned out really well. So thanks to those who followed and kept up with it, we had a good time. I think some people made money, so that was cool. All right, let's go into the chart here. This is TradingView on the hourly chart. What do we see here? We saw the drop here, and then we saw the rise here. And notice how the channel here, it broke the channel. Whenever it breaks a supporting structure line like this, it's gonna drop. And so this one, it dropped all the way down to like, gosh, 32, 33 something here. Yeah, it dropped all the way down to here, 33 something, right down there, 32.9. Yep, a little bit more. So yeah, dropped below that, went back up, but you see how it's testing this upper resistance level in this channel. Tested here, and then couldn't make it all the way up, and then went back down and staying. It's right now staying right at this resistance level here. What we want to see is for it to go up, break this resistance level and go up. And on the hourly chart, you can see, let's take a look at the Bollinger Band here. It's at near the top of the Bollinger Band. At least on the hourly, it's oversold. I'm sorry, overbought. Down here on the volume, we can see volume increasing, so that's a good sign, really good sign. This is with Bitfinex for the exchange. This data here, so volume is increasing but tapering off. And then we on the KDJ line indicator, we have the J white line shooting up above the other two. That's very bullish. But then you see it's leveling off right here. Yep. Chances are it's gonna, since it's at the top of this area here, chances are it's gonna level off as it's doing here and then slowly drop down. At least for the next few hours. It could go horizontal, but you can see whenever it goes near the top region of this zone, it tends to drop down. So it's way at the top here. Yep. Down here at the MACD, we have the MACD white line above the signal line, which is red, and it's currently bullish on the histogram here. It's these histogram bars are white. On yours, it might be green, and so it's currently bullish. But it's also near the top of the region in this zone. Bottom is down here. You see how down here? Bottom is way down here. Top's way here. So it's near the top and above the signal line. So more than likely it's going to turn around. Or it could continue at the top for a while and just level off. That's a possibility too. Look at this bullish signal. I'm not sure if you saw my other videos, but when all three lines, the RSI, which is red, and you have the what's the other one? The cumulative volume delta, and the momentum indicator, which is the make sure you guys can see it. Yeah, get my ugly face out of the way. So you get all three lines are going up. That's very bullish here. All three turning up. Bam. RSI is currently at 61. So 70 is where it's like overbought. And so all three are trending up, but RSI is leveling off here. But the momentum indicator is still shooting up. More than likely, it's going to level off because it's also at the top range of this area. So expect it to level off or maybe trend sideways for a bit on the hourly chart. Let's take a look at the daily chart. On the daily chart, make sure I move it out here. Oh yeah, I'm getting used to this. Oh yeah. All right, Roberto. Thanks for reminding me. I know several of you have reminded me about my mug being in the corner here and blocking stuff. So this is helping. This is cool. All right. So on the daily chart, we're looks like we're consolidating sideways here. And we're still in this descending channel. You see how it wicked down here? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, the volume bars are. You may not be able to see the wick, but it wicked almost to the bottom of this support line on the channel. So it's continuing that pattern, but a little bit more sideways now. It tends to do that. On the Bollinger Band, we are at the bottom of the Bollinger Band for on the daily for oversold. Volume's ticking up slightly here. That's good. On the KDJ line, the J white line is about to touch the K, which is the blue line, and the red D line. So it could touch that and cross up. That would be very bullish on the daily, but it could touch that and then bounce back down. We've seen that happen before. So right now, the best thing to do is to wait for a confirmation on the day to see whether it goes up or down. On the MACD line is the white line here. It's trending below the signal line, this red signal line. And you can see the histogram showing bars of bearish signals. Down below here, we have the RSI in red. We have the CVD, cumulative volume delta, in aqua. And we have the momentum indicator, which is the white line. They're all trending down. They went up and then now they're going back down. So a bunch of mixed signals here on the daily. You can see that with the horizontal movement here. So we want to wait a little bit to get some confirmations and see what it's doing, because right now it's a little bit mixed. Let's go to revisit this already. Let's go to the perpetual futures and see what's going on. This chart is from Coinalyze, and let me make sure you guys can see this. This is on the 1 week. We don't want to see 1 week. We want to see 1 day. I was doing this this other project with the CVD, translating Will's tweet the last night, I believe. So needed the CVD line. All right, so ignore these arrows. I haven't adjusted them yet. Actually, let me just delete. Whoa, what's going on there, buddy? Come back. It'll be easier for you to see. Okay. So on the perpetual futures market on the 1 day, actually, you know what? Let's do 1 hour so we can see a little bit better. See some changes better. So on the 1 hour chart here on Coinalyze, we can see price went down, price went up, like we saw earlier. You can see here the open interest increasing here in the it went decreasing here because people got liquidated, and then went increasing here as price moved up and more open interest contracts were opened, and I'll show you that in a bit here. On stable coins, kind of stay pretty much horizontal. The predicted funding rate is currently negative in the red here, but you can see in the actual. Let's magnify that up. Let's increase that up a little bit. There we go. That looks better. Yeah. There we go. So the predicted funding rate for the last few hours has been negative, but in actuality, they trended positive here. So funding is slightly positive. Not too much positive, but slightly more towards neutral. And what can we expect from perpetual futures? Well, since open interest is starting to increase again, at least on the stablecoin backed one, and funding rates positive, potential chance that it's gonna go down just like in the next few hours, but the signals are not strong enough to say either way. So you gotta take a look at other data. So let's take a look at other data. This is High Block Capital's liquidation level map. And what we're seeing here is when price went down last night, it cleared out a bunch of long liquidations. And then price went up and it cleared out a bunch of short liquidations. And guess what? They grew back. No surprise there. They grew back. I'll give you an example. Like at one point, we were at $12 billion difference. So there were $12 billion more shorts than there were long in open interest. Then this is just Binance alone. Isn't that crazy? So, but now after the liquidation of the shorts, when price went up over 36,000, the difference shorts now only hold $6.1 billion more in liquidation potential than the longs, but they grew back. Look at this. Here's the current price line right here. And hang on, let me see where we at. We are at 36.1K. 36.1K. Let's get rid of that. $36.1K. So you saw on the previous chart from Coinalyze about perpetual futures. Yeah, it's hard to tell which way it's going to go, but really it can go either way. It liquidated a bunch up when it made the move up here. So I think it's going to consolidate for a little bit in this zone, and then it's going to make a move. Which way could it move? Well, it could be 50-50. Because it can go down here and liquidate some of these. Look at this, 50 like 85 million, 55 million. These are 55x leverage positions. Or I could go up here and liquidate some of these. Like these are like 25x, 65 million. There's so much money up here. So much. And some of these liquidation level has been around since back here. So could it move up some more? Absolutely. Could it move down some more? For sure. This is how low it can move down. This is where it dropped last time. So all these levels on the longs, all these levels on the shorts. And it's going to be a constant battle between them two. But since it moved up and it's going to here, it's going to rest for a little bit, take a breather, and then make a decision. So it's tough right now to know which way it's going to go. So right now would not be a good time to take a leverage position because it's going to consolidate and it could go either way. So it's very dangerous. Leverage is very, very dangerous. So avoid it at all costs unless you really know what you're doing. And I think that's probably less than 1% of the investors who have that kind of knowledge and have enough capital to risk it. Let's take a look at the heat map. Here's a consolidated heat map from bookmap.com. Let's zoom out a little bit here. Yeah, I had to turn up my computer, so that's why you see all these black lines here. That's where missing data is. And it's still loading all these other stuff. Yeah, it's still loading. But let's zoom out a little bit to see some levels. And maybe that's a little bit too much. We don't need to see $4,000, do we? Okay, I think 20 is good, yeah? Okay, so we have levels. You can see levels here at 32. That's 820 something in size. That's a big one. So 32, 31, a little bit smaller, 428. At 30 is huge. That one's like 1,430. So, and then down below that 29, got this little small one around I think 323. Then we got some at 29, 944 in size. Then we have 28 at 611 in size. 25, we have 348 in size. And 20, we have roughly about 327. So those are the buy walls that are currently in place. Let's zoom in and see the actions right now. You can see these sell walls up here trying to pressure the price to go down, and down below you have a buy wall here that's pressuring price to go up. So that's why when you see this kind of action, price is gonna consolidate until one of them give up. So this wall is currently thicker and bigger. You got 94, well, it keeps moving, roughly around 90 and 60 up there. And then down here is about 88, 87, and then a little bit 64 here. So they're going to force the price to consolidate. And some of these are probably fake. Because if you zoom in, I'll show you. Not that much. Can't see much when we do that, huh? Whoa. Okay, here we go. Let's expand it out a little bit. As you zoom in here, you can see more tiny little walls. You can see, like here's one right here. You see these? That's a spoof buy wall. Was here to force the price to go up, price drop down, it disappeared. Like you don't see it here anymore. But whenever you see price drop down and there's not enough orders to get filled and it stays around, the colors change to a lighter color or a deeper color, depending if it's a buy or depending on the size. So here, price trying to go up. These are trying to force it to go down. So it's going to consolidate like this for a while. Let's see here. Okay. that pretty much wraps it up for this Bitcoin update. If you like what you saw and found value in it, I would appreciate you go ahead and smash the like, ring my bell, and hit subscribe for another update probably today. If not, I'll for sure have one tomorrow. I'm still working on that where's the bottom video, and I found my last piece of information last night thanks to one of our family members on Twitter. All right, see you later. Peace.